Hello everyone, this is Gang and Peter. In this video, we're gonna talk about Latin roots from 121 to 150 for ESL 223. So the first one is lattice. In Latin roots, lattice means blank and size. For examples of using lattice in English words are isolated, lateral, and latitude. The latitude means the latitude of a place is its distance from the equator. The meaning of lateral is relating to the size of something or moving in a sideways direction. The next one is laude. The meaning of laude in Latin roots is to praise or glory. For examples of using laude in English words are plauded, laudable, and allow. Plauded means enthusiastic expression of approval. And the meaning of laudable is something that is laudable deserves to be praised or admired. The third one is lavere. In Latin roots, lavere means innocent and purified. For examples of using lavere in English words are lavation, and lavatory. Lavage means washing, and the meaning of the lavatory is same as the toilet. The fourth one is lexere. The meaning of lexere in Latin roots is not tense, to loosen. For examples of using lexere in English words are lex, lexation, or laxity. The meaning of lax is not strict or severe, and careless or negligent. The meaning of laxity is the state or quality of being lax, and looseness. The fifth one is legere. The meaning of legere in Latin roots is to read, pick out, and choose. For examples of using legere in English words are collect, levy, and elect. The meaning of levy is a sum of money that you have to pay. And the meaning of elite is the choice or best of anything considered collectively. The next one is lex. In Latin roots, lex means law and legislation. For examples of using lex in English words are legislation, and legislative, and lexical, and lexicon. The meaning of lexicon is relating to the words of a language. The meaning of lexicon is a word book or dictionary. The next one is liver. The meaning of liver in Latin roots is book. In English, libel and a library and a libretto are examples. The meaning of libel is a written statement which wrongly accuses someone's of something. The meaning of libretto is like the text or words of an opera or similar extended musical composition. The next one is liver, which is like the same as the previous one, but it has different meaning. For this one, it has meaning of free. For examples of using liver in English words are liberal, liberty, and liberalism. Liberty means it's the freedom to live your life in the way that you want. The meaning of liberalism is like the quality or state of being liberal, as in behavior or attitude. The next one is legere. In Latin roots, legere means to bind. For examples of using legere in English words are allegiance, ally, and oblige, and ligature. The meaning of ally is to unite it formally, as by treated, league, and a marriage. The meaning of ligature is like the act of binding or tying up. The next one is lingua. In Latin roots, lingua means tongue or language. For examples of using lingua in English words are linguistic, lingual, language, and linguistician. The meaning of lingual is like of or pertaining to the tongue or some tongue-like part. And the meaning of linguistics is the science of language. The next one is litera. The meaning of litera in Latin roots is letter, like alphabet. For examples of using litera in English words are literature, literacy, and literal, and literate, and literary. The meaning of literature is the entire body of writings of a specific language, and the meaning of literary means like pertaining to or something of nature of books and writings. The next one is locare. The meaning of locare in Latin roots is place and location. For examples of using locare in English words are locate, location, locative, and allocate, and local. The meaning of locate is to identify or discover the place or location. And the meaning of allocate is like to set apart for a particular purpose. The next one is loqui. The meaning of loqui in Latin roots is to say, speak, tell, or like talk. For examples of using loqui in English words are soliloquy and loquacious. loquacity and loquitur. The meaning of soliloquy is like the act of talking while or as if alone. And the loquacious is like if you describe someone as like loquacious, that means you means like that they talk a lot. The next one is Lucier or lux. The meaning of Lucier or lux in Latin roots is like light or shine. For examples of using a Lucier in the English words are luxury, luxuriant, Lucifer, and luminous. The meaning of luxury is very great comfort, especially among beautiful and expensive surroundings. The meaning of luminous is shining or like bright. The next one is ludier. In Latin roots, the ludier means like to play, to mimic, or to deceive. Okay. For examples of using ludier in English words are illusion, interlude, illustrate, and ludicrous. The meaning of illusion is like a false idea or belief. The meaning of ludicrous is like causing laughter because of absurdity.
Hello everyone, I'm Peter, and welcome to today's Latin roots. And today's first Latin root is Nuna. The Nuna's meanings is just like the moon shared, and it's just conclude everything's related to the moon. And here's some word example about the moon, like nunate, nunatic, nunatation, and nuna. And the most often used words is nuna. The nuna is just like a kind of calendars about people just record the days on it. And the nunate is just describe the shape of the moon. And you can just see my example here, like nunate and nuna. Okay, let's move to the next roots, the magnus and mana. I'm sorry, it's magna. And magna is just means a very huge, very great, very big things, like this kind of stuff. And the worst example here is magnanimous and Magna Carta. And you can see it, magnanimous definition in here is just mean the noble and generous in spirit. And I think magnanimous is just often appear in some articles, and it's very good words to use. Okay, the next one is menace and mal. The menace and mal means the bad, evil, and wrong matter things. The word example here is malevolent, malfeasance, and randomal. And malevolent is just describe some very bad people and this kind of person. Okay, let's move to the next one. The next one is man and Mendel. And those two rules, the meaning of it is just like to order, to command. And here is an example of the Mandate is commandment, and commandment is just like a principle in rules. And mandate, the definition is the consistency is given to a government and its policies through electronic victories. That's it. And let's see the next one. The next rules is menas, money, and man. And the meaning of those roots is just like the hand. And the example of the word is emancipate, manifest, and manunate. And emancipate in here is just like to give freedom to somebody, like the word liberty. Okay, the next Latin root is many, and many is just like the meaning of the sea, the ocean. The word example here has the manulars. The manulars is just describe someone just served the military on the sea, like serve as a soldier. The next word example is aquamarine. Aquamarine is just like a kind of very expensive bluestone, and maybe it's green, I don't know, but it is very expensive. The next root is matter. The matter's meaning is like the mother. The example in here is maternity and alma mater. Maternity is just like the relationship between the offspring and the mother. And alma mater is the school you graduate from. The next root is the mercury. The mercury's meaning is like to trade and buy. It's just like kind of business. And the word example in here is have the market and merchant. The market and the merchant have so strong relationship. They just related to the kind of the merchant is just a person who work in the market. The next one is medias and medial. The medias and medials means the middle of the things, like the words medieval and intermediate. Medieval is just means the period of the mid-ages, and intermediary is just means who works as the middle between the person to person. And next one is the man's. The man's meaning is like the mind, the kind of in mind. And the word example here is mentioned and mentioned. Mention is just mean like to remind something and remark the tensions between something. And mentioned is just means have some problems of the process of thinking. The next one is migrate. The migrate means to move from one place to another. It's just like the transportation. And the word experience in here, example in here is just like the migratory and emigrant. The migratory and migrants both means just move from one place to the another. The next one is monetiate. Monetiate is just mean to serve as a soldier. The word experience in here is demilitarize and militia. Demilitarize is just means do away with the militaries or organization of the pension of the government. Militia is just means the people serve as soldiers as temperate. The next one, male. The male is just means the thousands, a lot of, a huge, like the word example in here, millennium and millivolt. The millennium is just means 1,000 years, and the minimals is just like a kind of equal to compare the other things, stuff like the water or just like Coke. The next one is minimus and mineral. The minimus and minimal is just mean the small and least. And the work experience and work example in here is just like minimize and meter. The minimize is just like to decrease something and keep going decreasing. The last one is the mirror and rare. And the meaning of these three rules is just like look at, to wonder at. The word experience in here is the miracle, mirage, and admiral. The most of the words is just like the abstract things, like very fascinating, like the miracles. It's just people just look at miracle and wondering the miracles happens.